Hi everyone, we're going to find the inverse of f, this rational equation. We're going to verify that we did it right by composing f with f inverse, find the domain of f with f inverse, and graph f and f inverse. So this is basically your f, and we're going to switch the, write this as y, okay, and then switch the x and the y. So this is basically your inverse. But now we have to solve for y. So basically, we're going to cross multiply, and you get x times xy. Sorry, I was trying to do too much at once. All right, y minus 2 equals 1. Distribute, you get xy minus 2x equals 1. And what we're going to do is solve for y. So we have xy equals 2x plus 1, and then you divide both sides by x. So you get 2x plus 1 over x. And keep in mind when we graph this, this is really, if you put the x under each piece, this is 2x over x, which cancels, plus 1 over x. So when you graph it, what you're doing is, this is your inverse. When you're graphing this, it's going to be y equals 1x plus 2. That means you graph the parent function here, but you're going to shift it up by 2. Okay? Now we have to check. So we're going to verify this with f inverse of x. So we get f of 2x plus 1 over x. This is our inverse we're inputting. So I'm going to write f down, which is 1 over x minus 2. And I'm going to input my inverse of 2x plus 1 over x. Now what I want to do is clear this fraction in the denominator. So I'm going to multiply my numerator by x and also my denominator by x. And when I do that, you're going to get x over, and what happens here, you have to distribute. So when you distribute here, you're just going to get 2x plus 1. And when you distribute here, you get minus 2x. And when you cancel the 2x's, you get x over 1, which equals x. Okay, let's go the other way. We have f inverse composed with f of x. So I'm going to write this as f inverse, and my f is 1 over x minus 2. So when I write f inverse, that's going to be 2x plus 1 over x. And so my x that I'm inputting is 1 over x minus 2, 1 over x minus 2. Again, I'm going to do the little algebra trick, and I'm going to multiply the numerator by x minus 2, and I'm also going to multiply the denominator by x minus 2. The denominator is easy, that goes away, and we're just left with 1. The numerator, I'm going to have 2, and what will happen is this cancels out, but then I have to distribute this, so you're going to get 2 plus x minus 2 over my 1 here. And that cancels, so you get x over 1, which equals x. Okay? So this is like the previous video. We're going to have domain of f equals the range of f inverse, which is all reals except 0. And the range of f equals the domain of F inverse, which is all reals except 2, because you have the 2 in the denominator. All right? Now we're going to graph this. And so our first function, well, let's get the graph paper. And I'm going to draw y equals x. Whoops, let me do that in black. This is y equals x. And my first original function was f of x equals 1 over x minus 2. You should know what 1 over x is. Okay? In that case, we have a horizontal and vertical asymptote at x equals 0 and y equals 0. But this is a horizontal shift to the right by 2. So basically, this one, I think it's easier to notice this one, is that you have a vertical asymptote at x equals 2. So I'm going to draw that. And we have the horizontal asymptote at y equals 0. So this was just a shift to the right by 2. Now, I'm going to graph it, and this is my new axis. This is my new center. So this is just like 1 over x, but we have a new center. So I'm just going to do my 1, 1, and my -1, comma, -1. And I'm going to graph it based on my asymptotes here. Okay, so that one is, the green one is F. Now, the inverse we had was, where can I put it? F inverse was basically 2x plus 1 over x, which is the same as 1 over x plus 2. I just put the x under each piece. This would have been 2 plus 1 over x. So this is a vertical shift up by, well, this should have been a 2. This is a vertical shift up by 2. That means my horizontal asymptote shifts up by 2. So for F inverse, I'm going to write my horizontal asymptote shifts up by 2. So we're at y equals 2. But my vertical asymptote stays the same because of this right here. So consider this your new center. And we're going to go, if this was it, you go over 1, up 1, down 1, over 1. And then just go by the purple lines and let the asymptotes guide your graph. And the blue is going to be your F inverse. Your green is your F. Okay, that's all. We're going to do one more that looks like this one, okay? Thank you and have a nice day. Bye-bye.